Alright ladies, I want you to think about this. If a man is talking to two women, okay, one he's not that interested in, but the other one he's really into, which woman do you think that he might get more jealous about? And which one do you think that he'll unconsciously try harder to control? I hope that you see where I'm going with this, because this is one of the strangest things about male psychology. The deeper a man feels, the more vulnerable he becomes. And many men don't know what to do with that vulnerability. So instead of leaning into it, they end up punishing the source of it, which many times is actually you. Now, you know that I mostly coach women, but I do get a few men every month, and usually it's one of you that referred him to me, and I've seen this pattern over and over again. I've seen men pull away right after getting close, and I've seen them become cold, critical, and controlling with the women they wanted most. Not because they didn't care, sometimes because they care so much that they didn't know how to handle it. Now, before you misunderstand me, because I can already see the comments like, I don't want to deal with a man-child, none of this is an excuse, okay? Understanding a man's emotions doesn't mean tolerating his behavior, because love without respect eventually becomes suffering. And one of the most important skills that you can develop as a woman is learning how to stay grounded when a man's insecurities and emotional immaturity start showing up. My name is Ismael Gomez, and I help women stop wasting time on the wrong men and build relationships that actually work. And in this video, I'm going to show you 3 ways that men unconsciously punish the women they care about most. And more importantly, how to respond without losing yourself in the process. Okay, so let's begin. He tries to change what attracted him. When a man first meets you, he's drawn to certain things, your energy, your confidence, the way that you interact with him, and that's what really pulled him in. And what surprises many women is that months later, those exact things may become the problem. You're going to see him complain about qualities that you possess that actually attracted him at first. And I want you to pay attention when you see this pattern happening, because he's not going to give you constructive feedback. He's going to be reacting to his own fear, because somewhere along the way, he stopped feeling secure. And the same qualities that attracted him are now the qualities that make him afraid of losing you. And now your confidence that drew him in is the confidence that he can't control. And the way that other men notice you, just as he noticed you, becomes the thing that he can't stop thinking about. So instead of facing that fear inside himself, he tries to dim your light, because your brightness was what truly attracted him to you, but now he realized how afraid of the dark he's always been. And when all of this is happening, he's going to approach it as care, as concern, as like, hey, I'm looking out for you. And that's what makes it so hard to catch, because control rarely announces itself as control. It usually sounds reasonable in the moment. So when a man starts chipping away at the things that make you who you are, I don't want you to panic, and I don't want you to hate him for it. I want you to understand it for what it is. It's simply his fear of abandonment or connection showing up in different ways, okay? And the most loving thing that you can do for both of you is refuse to make yourself smaller to manage someone else's insecurity, because the woman that he felt drawn to was the full version of you. And the moment that you start dimming her to keep him comfortable, you both lose the very thing that brought you together. If a man doesn't want you anymore, or he's wasting your time, and you want to cut things off but don't know what to say, you can simply send him this. Hey, I've really enjoyed getting to know you, but I don't think we are aligned in ways that are important to me. I wish you all the best. And many times he's going to come back with a huge explanation or some excuse, and you can simply respond, I've made my decision to move on. That's it. He tries to escape his feelings. A man pulling back can happen after a fight, but many times it comes after the closest moment. The amazing date, the night that he opened up about his family, the conversation where he finally let you see a side of him that he doesn't show many people. After those moments of vulnerability, he slowly becomes distant, because the moment that he realized that this woman actually matters to me, something uncomfortable can happen underneath. He starts feeling emotions that he doesn't know how to manage. I cannot even tell you how many messages I get from some of these guys telling telling me like, Ismael, I feel so weak right now. I cannot even focus on work. Maybe I should just, stop seeing her for a week. Because again, sometimes that closeness that felt good for one night suddenly feels overwhelming the next. And opening up cost him something. He let you see a softer side and now he feels exposed. So he pulls back, not necessarily because he wants less of you, but because he wants less of that vulnerable feeling inside himself. Now the thing is that when he pulls back, your nervous system is going to react as well, and your instinct is going to be to try to fix it. So you start reaching out more. You call him, you send long messages asking for explanations, and you're trying to bring him closer, but pay attention to what this is actually teaching him, because whenever he goes cold and you respond by getting warmer, what he learns is that distance is going to bring reassurance, okay? That whenever he feels uncomfortable, you're going to carry the emotional weight for the both of you. So if this is what you're showing him, then he has no reason to face what's happening inside himself. Because if a man is pulling away because intimacy feels uncomfortable, then that's something that he has to walk through all by himself. You cannot do it for him, and the more you try, then the longer he gets to avoid it. And that's exactly what the last point is about. You stop feeding the dynamic. So when all of this is happening, my suggestion is that you don't punish him back. You don't lecture him about his behavior. You don't beg him to be different. You do something quieter and far more powerful. You stop playing your part. Because every complicated dynamic needs two people to keep running. So he can only pull away when you chase, and he can only go cold if you rush to keep things warm. Basically, you are the other half of the loop. And the moment that you step out of that role, then the whole thing is going to lose its engine. So all you have left to do is to watch, because once you stop feeding the dynamic, his response is going to tell you everything that you need to know. And one of two things is going to happen. Either he's going to feel your shift, so he starts showing up more, he starts working through his emotions, and you can notice it, right? And that tells you that the fear was real, but he's willing to walk through it to keep you. Or in the second scenario, the distance is going to grow, and the punishing is going to continue, and he's going to let you drift without lifting a finger to stop it. And what that tells you is that a man's genuine feelings don't show up when you're chasing him, they show up in the silence, when there's nothing left for him to react to but himself. So please understand that sometimes loving someone means letting them experience the consequences of their own insecurities and fears. Alright ladies, so that's what can happen when a man starts to punish you, pull away, or chip at the very things that drew him in. It's almost never about you not being enough, it's about his own fear and what he learns is allowed in the connection. And remember that understanding all of this is not for you to tolerate it, it's for you to see it clearly, okay? Stay rooted and stop carrying the emotional weight for both of you. Now, if a lot of this resonated with you, there's a video that I want you to watch next, and it is titled, "The Less You Perform for a Man, the Deeper He'll Value You." I'm going to leave the link up here, or it's going to play after this one. So thank you for subscribing to my channel, and remember that for your relationships to change, you need to change. Have a beautiful day.